For the Nordic's leading logistics player Postnord, innovation is crucial if they are to continue to be relevant in an increasingly fast-moving market. Therefore, developing partnerships with companies like Hugo Robotics not only helps them build the future of logistics, these partnerships also help them support both their own and their customers' sustainability goals. But innovation requires more than just trying new technology. It also means looking at the moving parts and having a strategy in place. Vinnova is Sweden's innovation agency, working to build Sweden's innovation capacity while contributing to sustainable growth. Please give a warm welcome to Tele2's Stefan Trumpus, Pernilla Kolny of Postnord, Carl Berg from Hugo Robotics, and Philip Kjellgren from Sweden's innovation agency, Vinnova.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Fantastic to be here, and I'm really eager to listen in to this fantastic panel on a couple of perspectives that is important when introducing new technology, some strategic perspectives. And I really already now urge you to talk to these individuals after, because they have so many experiences and really interesting stuff to talk about. I think we could have stayed here for almost an hour when talking in the beginning. But let's kick off with a question for you, Pernilla. You are doing a test on autonomous robots, the Hugo that we saw here in the hub. Why is innovation and testing new technology important for Postnord?
Oh, as a market leader, we want to lead the transformation to more sustainable logistics. And I think that to do that, you need to be a bit bold. You need to think differently, act differently, and also you need not to forget the customer while doing so. So I think that new technology could really be the enabler between reaching sustainable logistics, but not compromising on the customer needs.
Yeah. And when we talked before here, I mean, it's not just about your role in the logistics, transportation. You will also mention another perspective that I think is valuable for the audience to hear about your role in society.
Yeah, we've been part of society for over 400 years. So that's quite long if you compare with a lot of other companies.
Is it this micro something that...
No, but Post Sweden and Post Denmark was created 400 years ago, and we have this society assignment where we deliver mail and parcels throughout Sweden and Denmark, and we have adapted to change during these 400 years in different ways and different market conditions and customers' demands. I think that we are like a chameleon. We can transform, but now, as we heard before on stage, transformation is going even faster. And I think that demands new ways and new thinking, and you need to act faster.
Yeah, you're truly looking up Wikipedia transformation, Postnord shows up there.
Should be there. I will change. I can change that, right? I'll do it later.
Talking about new technology, it comes with challenges. I think we all know that, of course. But Carl, I mean, with Hugo, is there challenges that you've had? Could you share some of those and how IoT have played a role in solutioning that?
Yeah, that's been a very core part when we founded the company. And when you look at the automotive industry today, there is a lot of big players putting billions of dollars to solve this problem. And we want to direct it in another way. So we want to build a small company and a small robot that can move fast. And for my developers to have the best possible tools to solve this, we need to have a connected platform. So we took from the beginning that we are like a software first company, even if we build hardware as well. and building that connected platform, we can move much faster and keep a faster iteration speed. So it's much faster to update a small robot. It's much faster when you have like a really good developer team working in a connected setup from the beginning. So.
Cool. Philip, I mean, you're working for a Swedish innovation agency, and you are seeing a lot of different companies, a lot of different projects.
Sure, every day.
So I would say you have quite a few experiences that you can share with the audience.
Yeah.
What tips or what would you suggest for the audience to think about when implementing new technology as such?
Really good question. And I think that I can answer that. And I think one of the most important aspects is that tech won't do it alone, as we heard before here. So we need to also focus a lot more on the infrastructure aspect. To take an idea to an innovation, you need tech for sure. But you need also to work with the infrastructure, the physical and the digital. You need to work with the behaviorals, the norms, the culture in society, the peoples. And you need to work with the policy and legislation aspects. And the fifth is the money, the financial structure for that idea. And most of the individuals that I talk to and what I see is that they tend to focus a little bit too much on the tech. So unfortunately, a lot of tech takes too long time to get implemented and creating value to the society. And I believe that if we could focus more on these other aspects, we will make that journey more smooth and more quicker from an idea to an implemented innovation.
And how many of all the projects that you invest into? I mean, without you, we wouldn't have some of the companies that we have. You're supporting the society in a very good way. But how many succeed in the end? What is just
our thumb rule? What we look for is that we need to fail 9 out of 10, because then we know that we truly take a risk. And we should take a risk.
So this coming from an organization that have seen what's worked, so we'll take your advice with us. But another challenge, and those are, I mean, it's a broad area of challenges. Sure. Another perspective of challenges, and we heard about the health panel that we had here earlier, is about perception of new services. Isn't that a challenge as well? And talking about autonomous vehicles, what's your experience on that? Who want to go first?
I can start. Well, public perception is very important to be aware of and to respect. And I think that every time you work with new technologies, you face a certain amount of skepticism. But what we can do and what we are trying to do and what we talk a lot about is actually that we need to do these tests for real, and we need to do them together, different stakeholders, actors from the industry, but also from municipalities or authorities, to learn and to actually get a more nuanced picture of what it is, because otherwise there's a lot of truth out there that becomes reality, and you get fear. So I think that's one thing we're talking a lot about. The other thing is, working for a big governmental company like Postnord, we're always in the spotlight. We have this society assignment. Everything we do something wrong, it's out there. So yeah, it could be a bit scary trying out new technologies like Hugo, for example, if something goes wrong. But I think that we need to be brave, and we need to do that. We can't stop, and we need to do that together with the actors that we trust. But the key is to do it in a safe way and respectful way. So, I think, and then Hugo is so cute. So I think that Carl has done a good job. So every time someone sees him, it's like, oh, look, there is Hugo coming. So we have had only positive response working with him. So, Yeah,
even I am
I'm
surprised.
glad for that.
Yeah. So that was a decision we took very early on, that this robot should be a friendly robot. It should move in walking speed, because when you move in walking speed, everybody accepts it. And I've seen so many situations together with Postnord and in other situations where you have old people coming around the corner and then they see the robot. 5 seconds later, they accepted it. So there is a lot of discussion in panels like this. Oh, that can be a problem, and that can be a problem. Then when you leave this panel and go out in reality, it's super friendly and people embrace it. I mean, kids from kindergartens come and hug the robot.
Yeah, they were chasing us around. We had to take different roads to avoid them.
Steph from Postnord kiss the robot. So it's, I mean, we were really serious, but it's the openness and friendliness is a really powerful thing. And especially when sometimes the picture of it is that it's something dangerous. And then you see, okay, this is a friend, this is something that can contribute to the community, and something that we can deploy today. That's the big thing, and I still think a lot of people don't understand this. I mean, we are ready to deploy. Of course, we will have a lot of work to sort out all the details so we build a great service, but we don't need to invent a faster computer or faster sensors. We just need to collect the technology that is available and build great services. So everybody out there that wants to embrace autonomous technology and have a need in their business, we can work with these companies, just like Postnord, and build stuff today. It's not to do it tomorrow.
Is there a stakeholder in regards to perception that is the most important regarding creating good perspective?
Just kidding.
Philip?
Well, one actor which is extremely crucial in these kind of endeavors is the municipality. So where's the space? Because these kind of objects, they need space. And who owns that space? And what is their vision of how to use that space? So I think it's extremely crucial that when you try to test these kind of aspects, you early on bring on the municipality and bring them tightly into the core team, so they can evaluate how can we utilize this important technology for our benefit and to our citizens. So I'd say municipalities are extremely important.
So work collaborative with the public and the city, etc. Yeah. And another important perspective for society today is the sustainability perspective. We know that we see that CO2 emissions and energy crisis, etc. And you have in your organization, you have sustainability innovation as a key perspective. Why do you have that? So why is it so important for you? And also, I mean, how can these kind of vehicles or tools or technology support in that journey?
So that's right. We have really hard targets when it comes to sustainability. We're a governmental agency. So it's the SDGs that we're working towards. And to speed up that, we know that we need to speed up. And when this comes to logistics and last mile deliveries, which this is an example of, we need to reduce the amount of movements out in the system by roughly 30%. So there are 30% too much moving around. So we need to utilize them more effectively and create other technical solutions, as Hugo is a good example, to make it sustainable. So, and we believe that in doing that, we will create an enormous potential for business in Sweden, because it's a global issue. And so by pushing sustainability and innovation together, we will make more money as a society, create welfare, companies, employment, and so forth.
Really, really cool.
And I think that we have a responsibility as a governmental company to help and to assist, and we have had that role for so many years. We have worked for the common good and the benefit of many. And I think that to drive this change, to really help the cities and the municipalities to reach the UN agenda goals, we can do that. We're a big actor, but we need to work together. But for us, it's about sustainability. Is about really to drive fossil free. And to find sustainable vehicle solutions, but it's also about good working conditions and sustainable economic growth. So when you run fast, you could not leave that behind. It's equally important for us. And for you, it's core as well, Carl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As we
I'm
talked
just
about.
thinking about the numbers, just so everybody gets it straight. A Hugo robot compared with the most common delivery vehicle, which is a fossil fuel light truck in Sweden, cuts CO2 emissions by, I will say 100 times, so I have a little bit safety on my side, but it's more close to 460 times less CO2 emissions. So, but of course, a light truck can deliver more packages, and we need to look into the complete system. So we're not done yet. But the math sticks out, and of course cost goes out the window as well. So it's really a transformative opportunity that we much embrace and do our best to roll out.
I know that you have worked on this design by objective design, but when you started the company, Hugo, what was the driving force? Was it the logistics, the transportation issues? Was it the sustainability? What were the...
I remember it's perfectly clear.
Okay.
So it was two things. Together with the university, we read a research report on CO2 emissions in textile industry. So we... Okay, I'm going to talk like I usually talk, sorry. So we consume a lot of shit. And if you look on that consumption, okay, how can we do something about it? Okay, we can consume less stuff, but most people have the same behavior. So if you look on shipment from, okay, 50% of the emissions are in the factory in China normally. As long as we need atoms in our textile products, we can't remove the physical object or the factory. Then the shipments from China to the port in Sweden is there's so much stuff we ship at the same time. So per object it's very small, and then it goes through the logistics chain and then comes to Postnord, and then you take your SUV. And drive. And
How did you know that?
and you consume roughly, we just estimate, 1 liter of diesel. So if I would pour up 1 liter of diesel here on stage and light it on fire, you would call the police. But every time you go and buy your shit online, you burn a liter of diesel. It's like we live in this Mad Max world, but it's well packaged. So it's so well packaged so we don't need to see it. So that was the environmental issue we were like trying to address. So how can we deploy that? Then the second thing is we worked in the automotive industry, and I spoke to an engineer at Google Waymo, working with autonomous cars at Google. And then I asked him, it's like, when will you put your mother in the car? Oh, that's 10 years away. So the automotive companies, the PR departments are doing a very good job. It's like, oh, we finished next year. And they pour in like tens of billions of dollars. So it takes a lot of time. So if you have like a software mindset, how would you work with a problem there? So how can we deploy faster? So we make it very small. We focus on very easy use cases that are ready to be deployed.